Hello, welcome back to my workshop. Today I'm doing a review of the Parkside 800 watt Jigsaw, the PSTK 800B2 as it happens. Bought this a few years ago. They have a very similar model coming up on the 9th. So what we're going to do is first of all have a quick look in the box and talk about it. I've used this for quite some time. So I'm going to do a little bit of talking, and I might get a few pieces of wood I've cut out already because that might be helpful. Here is what you get. You get a manual, explains some of the bits, quite useful, and in the back has, if you want it, a sort of design for tote box. So there you go, if that's what you're after. Comes with a few blades. I think I've added to those. Let me see now, we've got clean wood. We've got one metal cutting blade and some wood blades. Right, okay, now standard 3-metre lead, that's all very nice. We'll pull this out. So there is your main item. Comes with this. This is a Splinter Guard, supposed to go in like this somehow. I can't for the life of me get it in, never used it. Not quite sure how it's supposed to go in, but there you go, don't care. Features rear dust collection, and if you recall let me just grab the hose. Oh, can't get it stuck. Right, so that's the hose off of the Parkside wet and dry vacuum cleaner. Does fit nicely in there. So that works if you want to do dust extraction. Not going to do that today. Comes with an adapter to make it smaller. Comes with a follower guide, which is nice. Comes with two of these. The problem with these is they have a nasty habit of vibrating loose while you're sawing, dropping off and then getting lost. But it does come with two of those. It comes with this thing here, which is some kind of pendulum action. Not used it. That I think is for turning the blower on and off, because it will blow dust away from the line there. That's obviously the on-off switch. Speed control on the back. Pull that off to change the blade. There's also a laser in there. It does both laser and a laser light. And you get a little bit of draft out there, and you change the blades by doing that. Can be a bit fiddly. Sometimes I have to push it up. So let's go and see if we've got a fine wood cutting blade. I'll stick in there first, and we'll cut a little bit of plywood. Let's see if I can find one I've actually used. I've used that one. Right. So these are the sorts of blades you want. They are common as muck. So I've got quite a few metal cutting ones here, like that. They obviously go in with the teeth facing forward, and it cuts on the upcut. So you put that across the blade guide into the hole, pull that up and just push it in until it locates all the way home. Then let it go, and then give the blade a tug just to make sure it's all in. So that's that. Quite straightforward. What I'm going to do is plug that in. Okay, so when it's in, you can see there is a light. It does light up. There's also a laser, and you can toggle that between various different settings. So you can have light on, light off, laser off, and you can turn the whole lot off. And the most useful setting is going to be with light and laser on. When you turn it on, that's no draft down there. Slide that across, and it's now blowing air down there. And the idea of the air blowing down there is to blow chips away. So let's go and do a cut in start off with a long cut. Actually, before I start off doing a long cut, let me show you something else. No, that doesn't go in that way. That definitely has to go in that way. Close that up. Now, when I built this shed, I needed to cut out holes for the windows, and then I trimmed them with a router just to show you. So these are the bits I cut out, and you can see it can go round and do reasonably straight lines and curves and things without a problem. I've kept hold of those bits because they are useful offcuts. Let me just chuck them back away. My useful offcut pile. Let's get out this other offcut, which I actually cut off with a circular saw, and this is what we will be cutting. What we're just going to do, that's out the way from the floor, is just following this line down here. So first thing I'm going to do is chuck a couple of clamps on there. Now you do have to watch out when you're clamping things down that you're not getting in the way of the jigsaw. And we're just going to try following the line. Now you might run across problems following lines, which I'll talk about in a minute. But we're just going to start this up. And no, I tell you what, I'm going to make that line slightly deeper because I think I'm not far enough over, so I'm going to come in slightly on that. Let me just get that pencil out again. See, I'm slightly tilting it this way just to exaggerate a little bit to follow this line. I'm just going to turn off the air so you can then see what difference it makes in leaving sawdust in front of the blade. The answer appears to be not a lot. Seems to get blown away by general airflow. So there you have it. It does a reasonably straight line. Obviously it's a jigsaw, not a circular saw. Next thing we're going to do is turn that off down there and change the blade. I'm going to cut some metal, but I'm going to move the camera first so you can see it in operation. It also cuts metal. I've cut quite a bit of metal with this so far. Let me just that's off. And let me just get set up for some metal. I shall come back to you in a sec. Right, so now what we're going to do is we are going to change blades. Assuming I can find the right blade. Well, hopefully I can. Just get those out of the way. Where did I put that blade? Oh, there it is. Right. No, that's the wrong blade. Okay, let me go and get one of these out. Now, something you have to be careful about with blades, something I found is some blades like going around corners, some don't. The other thing is I have a habit of wearing gloves when I'm changing blades. Okay, so if we go and get this out, for example, let me just tilt the camera back slightly. That's better. Okay, so blade can be a bit fiddly to get out, so if you can't pull it out, you might have to jostle it about and push that over quite hard. See, that one doesn't want to come out at all now. This is sort of thing, it will come out. Put that down. So it will come out. It's not coming out at the moment. Best laid plans of mice and men. Oh. Okay, it can be a bit fiddly to get out. That one didn't seem to want to come out a great deal, but it will in the end. So we're now going to cut some steel. This is a Bosch blade, a T118A. I found the T118Bs do not seem to like going around corners much. I cut out the hole in the top. If you look on my community page, you'll see a picture of a milling machine table with a hole in it. I broke two of the T118B blades on that because it didn't like going around corners. Right, now we want air defenders for this. And goggles, just in case something horrible happens. And let's see you cutting some steel. And that's 3mm thick steel, that is. So there you go. I'll probably chuck in a clip just about now of cutting a circle with the other blade. Managed to skip out there. Let me just change that blade. That's got a bit warm. there you have it. Other things of note, there is an adjustment there, tool-free adjustment to adjust the angle of the plate. Never used it, but it's there if you need it. It does have some sort of marks on there to say what angle you've got. I suspect you'd want to check that. And obviously cutting through stuff like this is hard work for it, so the blade gets hot. So, thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe, that really helps. Oh, and yes, I've had this for several years and I would probably buy another one if this one disappeared.